minutes on BBC One. But first, we follow the story of those families who made Northern Ireland their home from home, a passage from India.
People would say, are you enjoying your holidays in Port Stewart? What part of India are you from? And then you would say, well, I'm from County Derry. I don't think that's part of India.
Hello, Martin. How are you? It's one of my racist customers over here.
I come from India to Belfast town. I'm tall and handsome and my skin is brown.
I was in Sainsbury's shopping and I seen this little girl sitting in a trolley by herself. Her mum must have gone in the other aisle, and this is me. Hello, little girl. And all she could say, Mommy, there's a donkey talking to me.
If I saw an Indian guy out at a club, I'd be scared to even fancy him in case he was my cousin or
Belfast, wonderful town. It doesn't matter if your skin is brown. Belfast, Belfast, I love you.
There's a doggy on the doorstep.
Over 60 years ago, a number of Indian families travelled halfway around the world. They made Northern Ireland their home. Today, their small community is thriving. This is their story.
The rains come to India. It's the monsoon season. Fields are flooded, rivers overflow their banks. And all the time, the bloodshed goes on.
In 1947, after Civil War, India was partitioned and Pakistan formed. Before that, Lahore city had been part of India. When it was given to Pakistan, millions of Hindus fled for their lives. For some, Northern Ireland offered a safe haven.
We did not want to leave Lahore because we born there, we played there, everything there, so we did not want to come, but we have to.
Throughout this vast land, Hindus and Muslims seek safety in new surroundings. Peace-loving people, theirs is the real tragedy.
We were evacuated by a military truck.
And everybody was trying to take all the luggage they could.
It's a very bad situation it was.
Pakistan and India each say they are determined to stop the wholesale rioting. But meanwhile, the exodus continues.
I came to Northern Ireland in 1952 from Delhi. I came by boat, took me 17 days in the boat.
I came in July, landed in Liverpool July the 28th,
And what year was that, Dad?
That was 1938. From there, we got a boat for here, and we landed in Belfast. And from Belfast, we came in the train,
To Derry.
To Derry.
My dad was one of the first people to come and settle in Northern Ireland and invest his life in this part of the world. My parents came here, they didn't have anything. They had a lot of hopes and aspirations, and my father was a very hard-working man, and he was willing to do anything to start his life here. He went down to the local harbour when he first arrived and asked the fishermen for a job, but I think they decided in their wisdom not to give him one. Eventually he realised he would have to work for himself, and he had good guidance. He had a path to follow, and he did that. Our family left one area that had been split through the British Empire conflict, and not realising it, ended up in another area that had a British Raj conflict.
My father and my mother, they came in 1949. They came here with very little in their pocket. I think it was £12. They just got the feel of things there. Then shortly after that, my father, he got a suitcase and he was next out knocking doors, trying to sell stuff from the suitcase. And that's the way he started, and eventually he got a bicycle. But they had to walk for miles and miles. They did some from early morning till late night. They were out and about.
Well, first was walking, then it was a bike, and then it was a vehicle. When I think back now, they were really quite innovative in those days, that they were driving around the country in a totally mobile shop, better than I've ever seen in my whole life.
Actually, I think the people were glad to see people like that because those times were very hard times. There wasn't a lot of money about, and that was the only way actually people could afford to get clothing and certain other products, was to get it and pay up for it.
You were actually doing the customer a favour, because the customer hadn't got £2 or £5 to go and buy a garment out of a shop. So you were able to give them easy terms.
That's right.
That concept is still there today. But that concept would have been the basis of the building of this business, that you were able to give them easy terms.
That's all.
Murray Vage is one of the last Indians in Northern Ireland to sell clothes from door to door. Demand for this type of business has vanished. Soon the way his father and many of the first settlers made their living will be gone forever.
Go on. Set, loaded up, ready for the road. People said to me that what you should do, you should hang a Union Jack out the window of your van if you're going into a Protestant area, and if you're going into a Catholic area, you should have a tricolour hanging from the window of your van. Well, I told them, I said, if that's what I would have to do to carry on my business, I would give it up, because that wouldn't be right. I wouldn't do it. So that's one cane now. It's got a.
Doesn't know about too big.
No, it should fit you all right. It's just a one size, but it's not a big fit.
Thank you very much.
Not at all.
Oh, I can do. Many times I was very glad Very glad I had no money. I have money now, but I never had then. And I was more than glad I had money's father. I got shoes from my wains and I got socks and everything. Shoes for my man. Most of the shoes are what I got. For the boys, isn't it?
Yes, oh, you got everything, but everything. Yeah. That's right.
Mostly shoes for the boys.
We do anything and everything, ladies, gents, children, baby wear, the whole household textiles. Whatever demand is, we try to supply. Simple as this. It doesn't matter. We don't cling to one thing. We don't concentrate on one thing. Whatever is needed, we supply.
Brian Guy arrived in Northern Ireland in 1962 with £3.50 in his pocket. He spent 10 years on selling clothes from door to door. Then he saw a gap in the market for a wholesale clothes business. After university, his son Sonny joined the family business in Coleraine.
I remember as a kid walking out of the room and there were trousers everywhere along the corridors, stock in here, stock in there, and then eventually they built a shed out in the back garden.
It was tough. But good because the reward was there. Things were turning over so quickly. Those days demand was high, supply was low, so no matter what you had, it sold. Today, things are just totally opposite. So you just have to cater accordingly.
I do remember somebody asking, I must have been about 7, 8 years old, when somebody did ask me, are you Catholic or Protestant? And I really hadn't a clue. And they asked me, what football team do you support? And I said, I don't really watch football. They asked me, okay, what school do you go to? And, okay, it was Culnafrankie. And it was a Protestant school. Says, okay, you're Protestant then. So, but you don't know, at that age you don't know, and really we haven't really had much involvement in that side of things.
Like many others, we landed here with £3.50. Less than £4, it was, I think, £3 some 18 shillings or something, you know. So, hadn't even enough money to come from London to Belfast. Ever since we got married, you know, we had this dream that we want to build our house. We build a house sometime to our own liking. So thank God, He blessed us with and we were able to go ahead and fulfill our desire. It's just not just what I liked, it's just me and my good lady liked. And that's what we try to achieve in life. Everything starts from the entrance hall. A couple of rooms here and a couple of rooms there, and that's all. I couldn't have dreamt when I landed in 1962 that I will be here where we are here today. Well, it's good to have a few friends around. And the way this was what we wanted, you know, we happened to see this sort of furniture at the exhibition once. And we sent them a template. That's what they come up with. People think I'm smart, but I'm not. I think it's all his doing. Again, this is an Indian weakness. We Indians always fascinated by the crystal. We dreamt about Rolls Royce and Rolex. And sometime in life, and a big house, you know. And thank goodness, and thank the man above, to be able to achieve. That was God about 15 years ago. You achieve things in life, and then you just, the matter, once you achieve it, that's all over. Then you set another goal. You work towards it. So this is one of the goals which was done about 15 years ago.
I think Dad feels a bit silly going out in there, really. When you're driving around Coleraine, it isn't Hollywood, really, where you're driving around your Rolls Royce or Manchester or anything, where you see them two for a pound, really, is it, Dad? I mean, we were never brought up to really say that, yes, we lived up here, and we always, or we had a Rolls Royce, we had a swimming pool or anything. We were always taught the value of money, and I think that's about it, really.
If anybody asks, you know, where you live, little house on the hill.
Little house on the hill, that's it.
Oh, that big house? No,
No, it's
little.
not that big, that's what you say. It's really, actually, once you live here for all your life, basically, it doesn't look that big anyway, does it, Dad?
No.
We only use about 5 rooms anyway.
That's it.
Mainly over here, it's mainly just very, very few Indian families, and you don't really get that aspect of culture. You go over to Manchester and England and anywhere, and there's a huge culture shock. Yeah. And Indian and Asian people and any minority are treated very differently over there than over here.
Potato bread, soda bread, oyster fry, you name it. I have tried it. The only thing I don't like is, what you call that thing with the blood? What kind of blood wala ki redi chीज होती? Black pudding. Black pudding. The only thing I hate is the black pudding. Everything else is okay. This is my home now. I will remain here. Maybe my ashes will go back. This is to me more home here than back home.
Just across the river band from Brian's house lives Shanti Andy, one of the original settlers from Lahore. Indian families arrived in the 1950s. It was impossible for them to buy their ingredients locally to make their curries.
Today is a party in my house, so 9 to 10 ladies are coming.
So you have to pick a few things for them?
Yeah, potatoes and cauliflower.
Right.
And,
well, if there's anything you see here, anything you need help with, give me a shout.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
We'll give you a bit of advice.
All right. Selected potatoes. I'll get selected potatoes.
Was the food very bland when you first came here? No spices, nothing?
No spices. Even not for atta for chapati, you know, flour not for chapatis. But now we can get it here. Thank God, you know. And all kind of lentils we can get nowadays here.
Was it horrible at the beginning? Just potato bread and...
Yeah, that time it was horrible. And sometime somebody come by ship, we ask, give the order in India, give us here, and they brought in ship, you know, for us. That is for salad, cucumber. There in India, you know, get this kind of this cucumber, and here just long one. And you have not to peel this. So few things are better here. You have to peel there, but you have not to peel there. Here, you know, for here.
Okay, you've gathered everything up?
Yeah.
Right.
I have.
Now the difficult part.
To pay?
Not just to pay, but also to cook.
That's right. There are very nice shops here. You can't get sarees here. You have to go to England, London for sarees.
Where was the bomb here, Shanti?
Around about there, and round about there, near the lights, near the traffic lights, near that.
There was a bomb?
Long ago, but it was terrible, you know. Terrible.
Did you hear it?
Oh yes, my father was sleeping, resting afternoon, and then I say, what noise is that? And I came out of the door, and so many shops windows smashed. You know, from where I bought that vegetable today, even there, window smashed. But that was once, thank God it is not after again. And we pray it should not be again, you know, like that.
During the Troubles, the Indian community kept a low profile. The only person to die was Mrs. Ashra Chopra in 1974. Her son Vishal was 5 at the time.
What happened to us that one day in September changed the lives of myself, my little sister, my dad, my grandfather, my grandmother, and all who were connected with us. Because I think Mum was a lovely person, and I didn't think she should have been taken away at a tender age of 25. Nobody really realized Mum had been shot. Just her head went on the steering, and all I remember was blood. And at that time, I don't think anybody had thought Mum, they might have thought she was shot, but nobody thought she was going to be dead. We later find out that she'd been hit in the middle of the eyes, and her brain had been dead, and she was about 8 months pregnant at that time. So I think everybody was trying to save the child and everything, but it was all just in vain. And we didn't know at that time that there was a policeman who had been shot in the arm, and that the bullet had passed his arm and struck Mum on the head. I don't think he'll forget that day ever. Just like I would never forget that day ever. God love mothers because everybody needs them. And for somebody to just lose their mother like that, it's a terrible shock. Because mothers are never replaceable. I feel Northern Ireland is a beautiful country, and it has a lot to offer. I think it has been kept back because of the Troubles and stuff like that. But no, I wanted to come back and just wanted to prove that even though I have lost somebody, that I would still like to settle in this country and bring my kids up in this country. And I just wish that there was nobody else who would lose somebody so near and dear
रह गया दिल ते जोर चन्न नहीं चलदा उड़दा दुपट्टा मेरा मल मलदा दिल ते जोर चन्न नहीं चलदा उड़दा दुपट्टा मेरा मल मलदा आवे ते मनावा मैं हाथ जोड़ के गुस्सा केड़ा किता माई केड़ी गल दा साडी अखां विचों निंदियां उड़ा के ओ साडी अखां विचों निंदियां उड़ा के
I came here in Northern Ireland in
After marriage.
1971.
After marriage.
My husband, I think, क्या time पे आए हो? वो तो और बहुत
He
पहले।
came in 62.
62.
See, I know.
I came in Ireland 1963.
When did you come?
1989. Yeah, long after I got married, long time ago. It seems like ages.
Two things we like very much here. One is cleanliness. It is very clean, which we can't get because India is very vast country, so many religions, so many persons, very much populated, so it is not as clean as here. So that is the first thing I like here, you know, and everybody, I think.
Sceneries and green.
Sceneries and greeniness in
Lush
Northern
green.
Ireland.
Like the lush green.
Yeah, and the second thing is the medical facility. It's very good here. That is the truth.
Were you lonely when you first came here?
Very lonely. So it was hard to pass the time. There was no television and no way of communicating with my family except letters. And what else I missed? I missed India so much, I don't know. Missed everything of India then. But gradually when the children came one after the other, then the time started to fly. Got so much engrossed in the family, and then that's how I gradually got settled here.
Sanjay Khanna runs a dry cleaning business deep in the heart of Belfast city centre. He was born and bred in Ballymena.
How's it going? Evening, Mr. Parsons.
How are you?
Not too bad, thanks. David! What's keeping me? I didn't recognise you were clothes on there. There you are. Anything for me?
Oh, yes.
Right, okay. I'll take her now.
I'm trying to get them out for you.
Just the shirts. Bit of a character, David. Fancies the horses and all. Well, any joy in the horses, David?
No luck on the horses.
No luck? No.
No luck. Football. South Korea tomorrow to beat Germany.
To beat Germany?
Yes.
You sure you want to do this?
5-2.
5-2? Well, if anybody deserves to win, I think you do.
I don't know.
Okay, David. See you tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, on, Santi. Thanks very much.
All right.
I do.
It's all down to speed. It's all down to service. I don't waste time. And this is one reason why the wife and I always argue, you see. She tells me to slow down, which I don't. Hello, Martin. How are you? It's one of my racist customers over here. Free Pakistan, which has nothing to do with me. We've been in the business for about 22 years. Family business. So the last 12, 13 years I've been in the business. Prior to that was my father. And I only come in just temporarily to help out, and I'm still here, temporarily. Hey, Rona, start scrubbing. But my father didn't know much about dry cleaning. No. I learnt through a member of staff in here. He taught me everything. And he's been here in this business for 25 years. truthfully feel Irish. I don't even think I would feel Indian. I feel a bit like a coconut. White on the inside and brown on the outside. You going on your holidays again?
Yeah, Cyprus.
Very nice.
What's the last
£10 altogether.
Yeah, no? Right,
Yeah. Do you want to get it tomorrow?
Great, no problem, Sergeant.
All right, good luck. All the best. You'll always find the Indian women love a bargain. Go to Lammas Fair, come end of August, last Monday and Tuesday of August. And I used to hate going around the stalls with my mum and her friends when I was younger, because you used to have the wee material man tortured. You know, instead of buying 3 or 4 meters of this cloth, how much you want for the whole thing? This massive big roll that would do about 200 saris. And they would buy that together and cut it up, and then all the other Indian women run around the same saris for the next 5 years.
Sanjay and his wife Namita are expecting their second baby in the next few weeks.
Baby's lying with its back up at the moment. All baby's tummy.
My wife would like a boy, but I'd be happy, you know, as long as the child's healthy. I'm not really worried whether it's going to be a boy or a girl. But because we already have a girl, she'd like to just complete the family by having a boy. And also, she may think that the pressure's on, that she has to produce a boy. Not so much from here, but maybe from her family, although her family hasn't said anything. And this is another thing that I regard as an understanding. Whereas others would say, I want a boy, and if they don't have a boy, then whole hell breaks loose. Which is why there's a lot of abortions in India, because of this. That if they find out that it is going to be a girl, the child is aborted, which I don't agree with. If Namita has the baby on a Sunday, I'll be off so I can go on a Sunday. So I told her to hang in there until a Sunday, or a bank holiday. Feeling that she'll just have to wait till I get up there.
Across the city, between the Protestant and Catholic communities of North Belfast, stands the Indian Temple. Today, the pundit of the temple is preparing to give a wedding blessing. Lata, the bride, is from Antrim, and Satish, the groom, from Bombay. They met through an arranged marriage. Earlier in the year, they were married in India in true Eastern style. There were 2,000 guests at the wedding, and it lasted for 2 full days. The wedding cake took 16 men to curry. Dr. Prakash and his wife wanted their daughter to have a blessing at home. This is for the friends from Northern Ireland and relatives who didn't make it to India.
Tied this thread on my wrist. It signifies that I am bound to the job that I am going to take up. That is, I am bound to the program that I am going to perform now. So, as a husband, I have to faithfully follow the task that I am asked to do.
I met Satish about 3 years ago, like in a wedding and things like that. So I did know him as a friend, but I didn't think that I would be marrying him until like his dad said to my dad.
Uma Maheshwarabhyam Namaha Om Vani Hiranyagarbhabhyam Namaha Om Shachi.
I go to India every year, and I usually just go for a holiday and not expecting to get married so soon. I was just thinking maybe after my degree, after I finish my computer science.
So what age are you?
I'm 21.
So you didn't expect to come back from holidays with a husband?
So I always knew that I would be getting an arranged marriage, and someone from my parents' choice as well. In Northern Ireland, there's not many Indians of our religion, South Indians, so there's not very many over here.
Tamaso Suchano Vishwadvaishagwansi Pramugdhyasmata Swaha.
I think she took it really well, because some brides-to-be don't accept the fact that they're going to have an arranged marriage. They just don't want to face it. But I think she took it really well, you know, saying, yeah, okay, I can't change anything now. I'm going to do what my parents have asked me to do. Because she was happy, you know, she said that, yeah, he's a nice bloke.
I think she did what she thought was best, which to her was right. But I
And her
wouldn't,
culture.
yeah, I don't think it's wrong, because she's happy. But we wouldn't personally do that.
For Sanjay and Namita, their long wait is over.
Hello. Granny and grandson.
Oh, Alison. Thank goodness.
Yeah. This is the next generation, the latest generation in Northern Ireland.
It was hard work, Alison, I must say. I thought it was easy.
That's better.
I can't believe it. Thank God everything worked out all right. And that's Namita's prayers answered, really, because she really wanted a boy. But I'd be happy as long as the child is healthy. And the child is healthy, but as a boy, it's a bonus, and I'm really, really pleased. So thank God everything worked grand. Couldn't ask for any more. And my mum was just over the moon. Just wish my dad was here.
At the Prakash house in Antrim, the family are getting ready for a wedding party. Before the party, Dr. Prakash asks the gods for blessings.
I'm very glad that now I am a part of the lovely Prakash family, and I know that Lata also feels the same about it.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I'm sure she feels a part of my family back home in India.
Yeah.
Well, my parents are also very happy to have a sweet little girl like Lata to be the new family member.
I think Lata will definitely like that line.
Get close.
Kashapaya namo namaha, Nandanaya namo namaha, Vacha Siddhe namo namaha, Dande Vinayakaya namo namaha, Om Shri Samasta Sattva Swami, Om Shri Guruve namo namaha.
I came to Northern Ireland in October with lots of apprehension about how the place would be and how I would be treated by the people here. But I was really moved by their friendliness and the people here. There's a lot in common between India and Ireland, I think, because of which I didn't really miss India much.
Yeah, that's a very good line.
Yeah.
That's I think, it's a punchline.
She got married in India, so we wanted to give party for the local friends here. So it's, we are here since 20 years, 28 years nearly. So I would like to give them a party. That's the celebration today.
So many people coming today.
Yeah, there's about maybe 250 or 300, isn't it? Yeah, so it's quite a lot of people.
What sort of people are there? Where are they from?
Some are from Belfast, Wolverhampton, London, all over the place really, like Londonderry, Coleraine and everywhere in Northern Ireland. Some from Antrim, neighbours and everybody.
चोरी चोरी जब नजरें मिली चोरी चोरी फिर नींदें उड़ी चोरी चोरी ये दिल ने
This is a new Ganges out here because 2 or 3 of our friends and relatives have had their ashes scattered out here. Who knows, we might end up having an Indian festival here someday and all the gurus from the Punjab will turn up. I wonder who'll say to them, did you have a nice holiday? That's terrible. That's me banned from India now.
I would call myself Northern Irish or a Northern Ireland man.
Northern Irish? Asian Irish, as they say.
Asian Irish.
As they say.
Asian Irish, yes.
I would actually class myself as Northern Irish. No, an Indian with a Northern Ireland accent. No, that doesn't go well. Hold on.
You speak English really well. Of course I speak English very well. I've been living here for 25 years. I have plenty of practice.